Hi guys, it's me Karen, and I've come to do a picture in Magical Dawn book by Hanna Karlzon. And if we remember, I am doing this all in this particular colors. This is a page I did not do a video on this, but I finished this page. And it's got all the glitter on it. It's got the blues, the pinks, the greens, the purple, and these are the colors I'm using in the book, with a tiny, tiny bit of little brown areas, which kind of are a mix of the green. I use some of that color in there, but then the brown is just the separate piece I'm using, because there's some pictures in here that are going to need brown. But they're all being done in the same tone. Sometimes the blue stands out more, sometimes the pink stands out more. And I will be putting in, say, a little black in here. But I have all my pencils, and they're all put together. And today we're going to be matching this side over here on this page. And if you notice down here in the corner, I started a little bit of it because I had to make sure that the colors would work down here and look okay on this side. So the flowers are going to be done in lily colors in the pink tones. The leaves are going to be done in the green, with a little bit of green in the stems also, but there'll be a brown tone in here. There'll be a little green and pink in the buds. And then one bird is going to be blue and one bird is going to be purple. And then the background is going to be done the same as this background here. And what I'll do is go ahead and bring the camera down and get it angled a little bit better. I was told in one of my videos that I am not giving you a very good angle, and you would prefer to see exactly what the pencil is doing, so I am going to attempt to do that. I can't guarantee that I'm going to be very good at that, but we will see what we can do. So I will be moving the camera down, and we will see what we can get. Hi, here we are down at the page. I hope this is a good enough angle where you're going to be able to see everything. Okay. I'm going to start with the black raspberry, and that's 1095. I'm going to go around the edges here, just down at the very bottom of the base, and kind of bring it up. And just on both sides of this center vein here. And then on some of these we're going to bring down a little line, kind of give it some veining here. And then bring some of this color down a little softer. And we're going to do the same on this side. Okay, and then bring in this little thing bugging me. Bring in some of that lighter color down here. Okay, I'm going to bring in the clay rose, and we're going to bring that down, kind of leaving an area next to the dark line that I put in here, kind of leaving that a little wider. And then just bringing it in. So bringing it down and leaving a lighter spot on one or the other sides of that line. Okay, I'm going to come in with a little bit of the white. And I'm using the white from, I've got a new pencil. So just going to bring it in, put it in the lighter sections of those that I want to keep white. Okay. And we're going to come back in with the Clay Rose, which is 1017. And just kind of darken up some of these spots. And the white will keep me from getting too much color on that. I'm going to bring that out a little bit further. Then we're going to go in with the, find it, the light peach, which is 927. And we're going to go out to the edges here. And then bring it in. And we're going to bring that down the vein here. And then we're going to darken up the areas with the black raspberry. And add it in down at the bottom of the vein. Darken up the lines I put in here before. And darken the tip up a bit. My cat is purring like crazy down at my feet. He wants some attention. This is the Clay Rose again, and just coming in and darkening up some of the areas. Just so it looks a little more like a petal. And then I will bring in the white, and we're going to burnish the edges and bring it up into those petal creases that I made. A little on here. And that is how I'm going to be doing all those petals. Just with these 4. To say that's how I'm going to do all these petals. Yes, with these 4 pencils. Okay. And then the leaves are done just like all the other leaves I've done in this book. But I will go ahead and show you one of those. So this is what is this? Moss green. And I'm going to drop on the floor, so sorry. Gosh, I hope that wasn't too loud. Number is 1097. And I'm going to add it in the center, going around. Going to pull it out on this side. Pull it out on this side, and then I'm going to go down the edges and pull it into the leaf here. And the same on the outside here. These leaves are just a little different than the other leaves I was doing, so just going to go around the edges and kind of just bring the color in a little bit. Then we go in with the Putty green, or the, what is it called? Putty Beige. And we're going to run a line of that down in the lightest section, kind of touching the other greens. Okay, then we go in with the green ochre and take it down the center and kind of pull it out just a little bit on the sides, just to blend it out. And we'll do the same thing on the edge here, bringing some of that down in the darker areas and then leaving some light. And where it comes to the little branch or the stem here, we're going to make it darkest. And then if we want to make it a little tiny brighter in those areas, I've introduced a pale sage 1089, and we're just going to kind of rub that in here. Since this isn't the same flower that is in the rest of the book, I wanted the leaves just to have a different color to it, so it's a little brighter. So that's kind of how I'm doing those, and you just keep going back and forth with the colors until you get the blend you want. At this angle of the camera, it's not terribly easy for me to see the blending. And a little darker here. Like that. And I'll add a little bit more of the putty in there just to try to smooth that out a little bit more. And there we go. That's how the leaves will be done there. And then I'm going to show you how I do one of these little flower pods. And we're going to need the greens and the pinks for that. Okay, so we're going to start off with the white. And we're going to put a little bit of the white up in this area up here, just so it'll stay a lighter color, so I don't have to mess with it too much. We're going to bring in some of the light peach color, bring it down and into here, and then we're going to add in some of the clay rose up towards the top and bring it down. Okay, then I'm going to put in some of the black raspberry here up at the top up here. And just bring it down a little bit. Okay, then we're going to take some of the green. We're going to start with the moss green, and we're going to add it down here. And bring some of it up towards the top. Then we'll get the Putty Beige and add that in. And then some of the green ochre. Pull some of that down into the stem also. And then we'll bring in the white and burnish that all together. And we'll get that dusted off. And anywhere you think it needs to have a little bit more blending, just go back in with your pencils to do that. We kind of want, sorry, we have snow on the ground and people are spinning tires. Not supposed to really be out on the road. We're starting with a pink up here, the darker pink, and then fading into the beige kind of area here, and then bringing up the green into this because the bud is going to open and the green is, the young stage of it. So we want to make sure we have a nice variety of the color coming up. And that is the way I'm going to do those. I like it to be nice and light in the middle. Might add in some of that light sage in here too, just to help blend all that together. And put some of that in the branch. And there we go. That's how those are going to be done. So each one of those will be done that way. And what I'll go ahead and do is those pieces off camera. I am going to do a back side of this leaf here because it's done just a tiny bit different than the big ones we had down here. Same principle, just a tiny bit different. I have to get rid of the green pencils. I'm holding them all in my hand. Okay, so on the back side of the flower, you're still going to have a bit of the red down here. Your veins are going to come up. Another one, and one up there. Now instead of adding a whole lot of the beige like we did in the other one, because it's coming up through this branch and just starting to open, we're going to add some of the moss green coming into this. Then we will add a little bit of the pale sage also. Just around the bottom. Okay. I'll put the white in so I can't ruin those too much. And this is the clay rose. And we're going to bring in and bring some of that color up. Okay, take the peach. I'm going to start at the top up here with the peach. Bring it down. Then lightly cover some of that green, but I'm going to bring a little more of the green up. And there we go with that. Some of that green in here. In the stem a little bit. And then we'll go back in with the dark. add that in. And then go back in with the white. Kind of blending it all, burnishing it. And then a tiny bit more of the green. Okay, and if we think any of that got too dark, I just go back in with my eraser. And add in some more shadowies, or highlights, or whatever you want to call them. And then go back in with the same colors and lighten it up a little bit. And then just keep working with it. So big flower petals like that, and then adding the green into the ones that come up. And I'll probably play with this a little off camera too, try to get that to blend just a little bit better. But basically that is what it's going to look like. So the new leaves open with a little bit of green, the buds with more of the green with the pink on the edges, and then the open ones, probably put a little tiny bit of green down here, just because. Okay, and we'll go ahead and work on a bird up here, and I will set up the camera a little bit better for myself, so be back in a second. Okay, we're back, and we're going to do this little birdie here, and I'm going to do it in the blue tones. So we have Indigo 901, a light Cerulean blue, which is 904, and the light sky blue 1086. And we also have our black pencil that we will probably use to add some darkness. So we're going to go ahead and start with the indigo. And I'm going to do his little wing here. And we're going to add it the darkest up here at the top. And then lighter and bring it down. And then the same here at these little round circles. I'm not sure what you call them, but okay, we're just going to lightly bring that back up towards the center here. And we're going to do the same with these little tiny feathers here on him. And bring it down so it's very dark just here at the corner top. And then lightly bring it down towards the bottom. And the same down here around these little circles. And all the way up here. And I'm just going to bring it down lightly. And I'm going to do the same coming upward. I'm going to try to make it a little darker down into this section of the feather. All of them, so they kind of have a little triangle going on here. and lighten it going up. And we'll do that on all of those. Okay, then we will take in the second color, which is the light Cerulean blue, going over the lightest area and bringing it up closer to the center. A nice light touch, bringing it down the same way. So wherever I put the darkest, I just cover it here with the second color, not touching yet in the middle. Okay, then we go in with it's called the Sky Blue Light, and I always say it the other way around, so Sky Blue Light. And then we're just going to pull that all the way up into the wing and all the way down into the center. Okay. And with this one we can press pretty hard because we're also burnishing the colors up at the top so you don't see any white coming through the page. And we'll go back with the darkest color. Just get it all the way to the edge there and bring it back down. You can bring it up the line, kind of accent the line a little bit more. And then you can go back in with the second color and blend any of that you need to. And then go back in with the light blue and just kind of blend out that line that we have going on there between the two colors. And you can also bring in white if you wanted to. Okay. And if you want to make these any darker, you can come in with the black and just darken those up. Kind of bring it up on the wing area here and darken this area. Down in here, bring it up the line. And it didn't look like I got it terribly well there. Anyway, there we go. Now on his tummy, we're just going to take the light blue and add it closest to the dark. And then we're going to add a little white in there. Let's figure out what I did with the white. And give him a nice light tummy. I'm going to add some of the white in here too. A little bit more of a highlight. On his back, we're going to do the dark indigo blue on the back side back here. And bring it down towards the wing. And just bring it down lightly. Try to get that as close to the line up here as you can without going over it. Okay, I'm going with the light Cerulean blue. I'm leaving a tiny space there. And this time we're going to go in with the white. And just blend all that together. And I'm going to leave the white space between the wing and his back. And then we're just going to go down the start of the tail feathers. Dark on this side. The Cerulean. And then the white. Okay, you can go back in with the indigo if you would like to make it darker. Okay, and his tail is going to be a little tricky. Some of them are going to be light, some of them are going to be dark. So we're going to start with the dark, the indigo, and we're going to go in the darkest, the tiniest corners first here, and then bring it lightly down. And this will give us our starting point on where we want the darkest pieces to be. Put a little in here. Okay. This corner can have a little bit of the dark coming up. I'm going to kind of take the idea of, like, these are going to be ribbons, and it'll kind of give it a cool effect. This is the Cerulean coming in. Okay, now on this one I'm going to do the light sky blue. Try that again. Sky blue light. And then on the other one I'm going to do white. Okay. And we're going to add a little bit of the indigo down here at the bottom of this one. And bring it up with the white. And down with the white. Okay, then the next tail, this big long one, we're going to do with the indigo here. Coming down this corner here. Coming up here. Down on this side. Because it's long, we have to move the book. And down on this side. And then a little down here in the drippy, whatever you want to call that. Okay, this is the Cerulean. Okay, and then this one will go with the sky blue. Okay. And if you want it any darker, just go back in with the indigo. And I'll be playing with that when I can get it a little better angle on it. I like the curves to have a nice darkness to them. But it's up to you. It's your picture, your tails on your bird. Okay, since we went light here and dark here, this one's going to be light. So I'm going to go in with the sky blue on this side first, just so I know that that's going to be a light one. I'm going to bring it up on both sides because this one's going to be a dark one. So I'll go with the indigo blue on the outside of it. And then the Cerulean. And we'll add some Cerulean up here. Then we'll get to the tip and we'll do that in the indigo. And then this one we'll do white. And the other one we just do in the sky blue. And I will have to mess with that a little bit too. Just get that blended a little better. Okay, this one that's coming down, we're going to want to do that in a darker color here, so it doesn't clash in or blend in. And then we'll bring it down to about here. Okay, then we'll go in with the Cerulean blue. And then in with the light sky blue here. And then a little bit of the dark coming up. Each one of these is going to get a little dark coming down, so I might as well add it in now. Sorry. I meant these little dudes down here. Okay, then we're going to add a little bit of that dark down here, going up on this side. Make it a little easier on myself, and we'll go down on this side here. I'm going to put a little black up there so it doesn't blend too much. In with the Cerulean. on this side. A little more of that on this side. Don't like the way that blended. I'll have to mess with that. And then we're just going to go in with the white here and pull those colors over. Just like that. Okay, add some of that white in here too. Let's get that blended just a bit better. Okay. And then the last little tail is going to be the darker blue coming out. Coming up. And just kind of blend it up there, and then just add in. I'm just going to go straight in with white on this one. See what that does. They're all kind of the same, but all kind of different. Put a little bit of light sky blue in there. And then a little bit more of the indigo. There we go. Okay. And like I said, off camera, I usually go in and I will add just a little bit more shading or blending in these. So I need to get a little bit better angle. The little guys down here, we're just going to add a little bit of the Cerulean here. Then the sky on top of that. And then the white just on the other side. Okay, pretty tails. And okay, we got his little face to do now. And we'll go in around his beak with the dark. A little lighter down here. I'm going to bring a bit of darkness around his eye here and around his eye in the back. Okay. And then just lightly give him color up here. Alright, then we're going to go in with the Cerulean. The sky blue. And then the white. And there we go. Now I've been debating about his little beak, whether I should do it in blue, and I still haven't decided. Just going to take, whoop, that's the black. Well, I'm going to go over the black with a little indigo, which is fine. Going to make this darker here. And in these little guys here. And just go in with the sky and bring that down. And we're going to do that here on his, I don't know what you want to call this, crown area of the bird. On the think that's what you call it on a rooster. This tough crown is the top of his head. The fluff on the top of the head. Just gonna put some sky blue in those little circly areas. I will be going over the spots that I have not colored with some stickles. So he'll have some shine going on him in these areas that are left white. And the little scallopy things, these might be done in black, along with his feet. So his feet and his beak should be the same color. And I am going to see if I have a beakish color around here. What do I have? I have some yellow ochre. So I can put that in the beak and his feet. This is the color I use for the browns, so it's allowed. While we've got that out, we're going to do his beak over here too, so I'll get them both done at the same time. Okay, we're going to add in a little bit of a orangey tone to that, right across the beak up here, and right at the tips and the dark side of his toes. All right. And if we have any browns, I know I have a brown, I just have to figure out where I put it. A brown color, a brown tone. Well, we're going to go in with a little burnt sienna. This is a polychromo. The poly, which work really nice in this book too. It's the brown. It's the same color brown as I would have used if I could find the other one. So I'm going to add a little bit of that on the underside of his beak. And you don't have an underside of the beak, but we'll add a little bit as a shadow here for you. Okay, his eye will be done in the black. And I have indigo blue. Gosh, sorry. I have indigo blue in my hand, so let's change that over to black. And there we go. We'll give him a little bit more of a blend here on his eye. All right. Okay, guys, this is as far as I'm going to go today. I did use a PITT pen just to go around the areas I wanted to do black, and that's a Faber-Castell PITT pen, size F, which is fine point. And I did the little scalloping here, the little bit here, a little on his wings, down here on his tail, and then the little tiny spots dot the little tips of his tail. Like I said, these other areas I'm going to do with stickles. The same probably as the color on this side over here, in the kind of bluish colors for the bluebird, and probably the clear for the purple bird. And when I come back in part 2, that's what we will be doing, is coloring the purple bird here, the key. The flowers will be finished by then, hopefully. And we'll also do the background. So we'll do the bird, the key, and the background in the next video. So I will see you in part 2. Thanks for watching, guys. And if you like the video, please subscribe, hit the like button, and if you want more of these videos in your little queue, hit the little bell and it will give you a notification. Take care, everybody. Bye now.